This is a William and Mary Highboy, 18th century, and one of my students is building this currently, and I have some drawers to complete in the model. I like to use drawers that I've already built for other pieces. I brought one in from another model to create this one in the middle section of the lower section of the Highboy. So I'll use this new drawer to make and adapt to the position in the ends of the lower half of the Highboy. And what I need to do is make this a unique assembly and unique components. I'll delete the side here because I need to use this new unique side component so that I retain, as I change this drawer to fit the end, I don't mess up the original and leave it intact. So I'll copy over the side and mirror image and then bring it in to fit. So this drawer now is ready to adapt to the end position, and I'm going, I forgot to make the bottom unique. So I did that. Bring the drawer, the new unique component assembly, over to its position in the carcass. To zoom in here to make sure I'm getting this in the right position. There it is. And to make it easier to adapt this, I'm going to hide many of the components that make this a little messy. Right click, hide. And that looks better. I'll start with the front component and modify its width or its length, selecting the, wait a minute, I need to edit the front component. Select all the dovetail joinery, and with the move tool move it over to its opening in the carcass, zooming in to make sure I get this. There it is. Okay, I think it will be easier to make the other modifications if I bring a copy of this drawer assembly up above and out of the carcass into clear space. So here's a copy, and bring it up on the blue axis. About here will work okay. And I can adjust some other parts in without the other parts in the way. First of all, moving the side over to its new connection with the front. Next, to adjust the length of the back component, edit, then select the dovetail joinery, move tool over, and it will help if I stay on the red axis. I'm going to click on, use the right arrow key to stay on the red axis, then I can reference off the face of the side for a correct position. The bottom is done in a similar manner. edit the component, select the edge, and bring that edge over to its position in the groove in the side. To zoom in to make sure I get that right. There it is. It looks okay. I forgot to size up the front. It needs to be taller. The front needs to be fit into the carcass opening. I'll come back to the carcass, edit the component, edit the front component, and I'm going to go to the front view with camera at parallel projection, set X-ray views. I need to select at a good point here. I want to include the top dovetail. Use the move tool and stretch the top edge and the dovetails up to the opening of in the carcass, referencing off of an edge there. Okay, we can return then to the copy of the assembly up here and work on the side to fit it to the new size of the front component. Edit the component, pick a right view in this case, and again a parallel projection. Select tool and pick the top edge and the top dovetail, both at the front and the back, and raise that part of the component up to its exact position aligned with the front component. As you can see, we've got a dovetail mess here. I need to spread these out. To help me spread them out in a logical way, I'm going to draw a vertical line here that I can use as a reference for the position of the dovetails by dividing that line. And I need to decide how many dovetails are going to look right. And I think 5 will work fine. So I've divided the line in 5 parts and used the endpoints of those divisions for the position of the new dovetails. Let me grab the midpoint of this side dovetail and click on the upper arrow key to stay on the blue axis and wait for look for the green. There it is, the end point of that segment. Pick another dovetail, move it up to a new position. Looking for the green dot, there it is. Choosing this dovetail, and raising it up to a new position. Green, click. Okay, now I'm not sure I've got all the dovetails moved. We're going to have to check this later. I'm going to copy this one down to that position and move then to repositioning the dovetails on the front component. I'll delete the vertical divided line. I don't need that anymore. And select the front component for editing. Select its dovetail joints. Need to be careful here. I don't want to select the groove that I know is down there in the bottom. Yeah, the X-ray view helps me make sure I've just got the dovetail only, not any part of that groove down there. And move that up to, well, where am I going to move this? I'm going to move this up to the top position. And move it up here. And I picked the midpoint. That's actually harder. I should have picked the top edge of the dovetail. That would be easier at this point. I had to use midpoint when I was doing the side, but now I can move right up. Which one is which now? Here's another one that needs to be moved, and there I picked the midpoint instead of the top edge. Now that coincides with the side. Where is another? That one needs to be moved. There, I picked the right corner. That makes it easier. And is there another one? Nope. But something's wrong, so let me have a look to see why that extra dovetail is in there. Oh yes, I've got a gap in the side down there, an extra dovetail that should not be there. I'll pull a copy out, have a closer look. And this opening down here needs to be deleted. I'll fill in those edges and then delete all the dovetail edges using X-ray so that I can see the back edges as well, and click with the eraser tool. That looks better. However, we need to open up these gaps here for the pins coming from the front component. That pretty much does it. I can delete this side, extra side. I should have deleted that little short line there. I'll get that later. Now I need one of the dovetails from the front to come down to that open position. Again, I will pick the right view camera, set parallel projection open up the front component for edit and copy this dovetail down to this position here. Hopefully now both of these pieces are correct. To verify that, I need to bring a copy of the front out and separately for inspection. Yes, there are some faces here that need to be reversed. Yes, there are faces there, they're just the wrong position, so I'll reverse them. And some edges that need to be deleted. Go over to the other end of the front component, reverse the faces. This side of the front, all those dovetails are correctly done because of the way that we edited the component in parallel projection. We were also changing both sides of the dovetails at once. I can erase that. And the back dovetails need to be, the back needs to be raised up and the dovetails need to be changed. In the back of the drawer assembly, it's the same process as used for the front. And I want to pull this drawer out in front to check it. And let me make sure that I'm picking the right thing. Okay, pull a copy out, and that is equal to what we worked on above. And it needs to complete the work, the back needs to be edited just like we did the front. I can erase. And that's the way I'll do the rest of the dovetails in the upper half.